Hey guys, this is Dave here. We just had the Affili Syd affiliate marketing conference yesterday, which was awesome. So we thought we'd give you guys a few tips about group buying, as there was a group buying panel there. David's here joining us. Welcome.
Greetings, everyone. Yeah, so obviously people on the panel, we're lucky enough to have some very high-profile people in the Australian industry. We had Jeremy from deals.com.au, Sam from Telstra Research Group, Simon Robinson from Alpha, and Rolf Weber from Brands Exclusive. So they were able to offer insight from people who are actually out there in the field doing it, not, I guess, agencies saying, we told the client this is a great idea based on our focus groups. These were the people making millions of dollars.
Yeah, and group buying was doing really well in Australia. Definitely. And Jeremy from deals.com.au made a good point. He said it's a very simple purchase decision, usually yes or no, and it's very conducive to going viral. It's so simple and sending to your friends. So it's strange that e-commerce hasn't really taken off that much in Australia, but group buying seems to be leading the way.
But I think one of the points which they said about the group buying is they've got the payment mechanism down pat in terms of click, 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 done. So they follow the Amazon principle of the one-click buying process.
Yeah, very simple.
Whereas you go to a lot of, I guess, large retailers in Australia and, it can take 15, 20 minutes through the checkout process.
Yeah.
So for, I guess, impulse buyers, which a lot of the deals traditionally seem to be, so for example, there was a deal last week, 50% off a trip to the snow. So in terms of if you watch the actual people sharing that on Facebook, you could see that it was starting to go viral. But the interesting thing I noticed, I've got a couple of travel sites, and it was actually generating organic traffic. So that's, I think, the hidden insight around the group buying aspect. It actually helps everyone, not even the people involved in the process, which is not always good for, I guess, the advertiser, because they may miss some of that market. But I guess it puts some positive light onto how group buying can kind of help the overall industry grow in terms of people see a great deal, people want to find out more about that particular trip. Yeah. Maybe they're not based in Victoria, maybe they're based in Sydney. So we actually saw there was an uplift in related search traffic. So, that was...
And yeah, the panel said a lot of other things as well. They were talking about, the future of group buying. And one thing they said, which I've heard a lot, is they think it's going to be a lot more niche group buying sites, and they're going to target people a lot more by their interests. Like you were mentioning, you keep getting sent group buying offers for nappies and things like that when you don't have kids. So.
I mean, well, not actually sent, but in terms of when you log into the panel, there's a lot of garbage in there.
Yeah, I think it's going to heading towards being much more targeted. Because I was reading the Wall Street Journal where Groupon's got its big IPO coming up, where they say it's going to be between 20 and 30 billion dollars, and one of the guys is going to walk away with 4 billion. And one of the big things they're working on and investing lots of money on is this whole idea of targeting people, using their interests with actual offers that are matched to them.
Well, because I know the thing they said about in terms of the actual size of this market. Even the big retailers in Australia, they're making maybe $100 million a year in sales. The actual group buying market in Australia is already worth over $400 million.
Yeah, they're saying.
And they said when you actually bring the daily deals aspect into it, it's around a $600 million a year market. And it's only really been going in Australia probably maybe 15 to 18 months. So for a market to surpass the online retail channel within 18 months, that's a sign that there is a lot of consumer interest. And that was the thing that a lot of the panelists were saying, that a lot of it's changed. It's gone back to the consumer empowerment. So consumers want this, or consumers don't want that. It's taken a lot of power out of the marketers' hands and put it back in the people actually spending the money.
Okay. So yeah, I think we'll definitely see it heading towards targeting people per their interests, which will be great. And another thing people were saying, it might target you a lot more finer locally. And actually, when I was at Social Media Marketing in Las Vegas, there were some guys there talking who did the social media for Caesars Palace and all their casinos. And actually, when you check in on Facebook Places to Caesars Palace or one of the casinos, it'll send you offers for food or free gambling and all at the hotel. So that's already out in the States. When you check in, you'll get offers. So
which is great, and that's what consumers want. I guess being offered, and this is an example they said, when they started the whole group buying thing in Australia, all the ads were for Thai and Indian restaurants in Surrey Hills. So the issue is not everyone in Sydney actually lives and works in Surrey Hills. So they said a lot of that's changed now, where the products had to diversify. But they used the example, the first Groupon offer was the actual pizza store just below their offices. So obviously any successful group buying product seems to start locally and then expand. But you're definitely, through a lot of email marketing, smart retargeting, and obviously using affiliates to grow their channels and increase their reach.
Well, we just checked in on Facebook, so I guess we'll check and see if there are any offers for lunch around here. So
Definitely.
thanks guys, this is Dave from fatcowbusiness.com.
And Dave from Lost Agency.
And the conference yesterday was affiliatesyd.com, so we'll speak to you guys soon.
See you later. See mate, easy, just